You are now watching the new episode of iMallyTV. This video is dedicated to dear John Reed, who was murdered in Birmingham at the age of 14. Well, let's not delay because the streets have most definitely been talking. Let's get into this.
I'm a LitKidBeatz.
So earlier on to this week, I managed to go to the cinema and watch Cruella, the new Disney film that is out in cinemas now. And I just want to give you guys a little bit of review on it. I personally think the film is a badass fucking bitch ass film. You guys definitely need to go out and go watch Cruella. Personally, at the start of the film, you know, the film goes through her whole childhood, what makes her Cruella, you know, it really goes through the backstory. And personally, when I was watching it, I really lost myself. I really lost myself in the middle of the film because, you know, it goes through her childhood, she becomes a fashion designer, etc., etc., etc. And in the middle of the film, it kind of loses itself. It kind of loses its momentum. So if you're watching it at home, you really might get sidetracked. So I really wouldn't suggest you watching it at home. If I was watching it at home, the film would have been a 6 out of 10 because it really lost me in the middle. Thankfully, I was in the cinema, which is the greatest thing about having the cinema back is that the fact that you are shut off from the outside world. My phone is off and the only thing that I can look at is the screen in front of me. So with that being said, definitely go watch Cruella in the cinemas. I wouldn't suggest you watching it at home. Plus, it's £30 on Disney Plus to watch it at home. I'm sorry, but that's more expensive than the cinema. Everybody just go take your ass to the cinema and go watch the film. So watch it in the cinema. The middle completely lost me, but then it picks it up going towards the end. And yeah, like the film is a badass. Like she is badass. Emma Stone did that. She gave us looks. She gave us attitude. She gave us everything. Like she's giving us life. So me personally, I think it screams women empowerment. I think the gays are going to love it because her character is just something that gays love. The looks, the fashion, the attitude, the sass. Just fucking love it. I just fucking loved it. I love the film. So for me, Cruella is an 8 out of 10. You guys need to follow me on Instagram because I already ranked this on my Instagram under film reviews. So go follow me on Instagram, iMallyUK, just so you can get the film reviews before I do my YouTube video. So earlier on this week, Swizz Beatz and Timberlake did their own verses. They are the people behind the verses, I believe. So they did their own verses and Swizz Beatz decided to call out Justin Timberlake. So obviously Timberlake was playing a lot of Justin Timberlake songs and Swizz Beatz was like, he ain't here though. Like Justin Timberlake ain't here. So he's a culture vulture. He wants to jump on our culture, but he don't want to come on the verses. Like stop playing his tracks. And now, me personally, I didn't watch the show because Swizz Beatz and Timberlake in the verses, I'm just like, meh. This story has made headlines. So I was just like, oh, he called out Justin Timberlake, oh. And it's not the first time that Justin Timberlake has been called a culture vulture. And for Swizz Beatz, a music producer himself, to say he's a culture vulture, why he here on verses, it kind of was like, oh shit, like you're going there, you're taking it there. And me personally, I personally agree with Swizz Beatz. I think he's got every right to say that Justin Timberlake is a culture vulture. However, I was told, and from my understanding, that Verzuz is only for black artists. I believe it all started in the middle of quarantine, lockdown, whatever you want to call it. And I believe that they made it so that, you know, artists can still gain money from their music during lockdown and, you know, just to uplift and just to bring history and bring people together. Like, I believe it was for black artists. That's what I personally believe. That's what I was told. That's what I believe. So somebody needs to let me know whether that's true or not. Because even though Justin Timberlake is a culture vulture, he's still not fully black. So maybe he just genuinely didn't feel like it's his place to be on Verzuz. And also, to my understanding, I don't remember them having a white artist on Verzuz. I definitely think it's for black artists alone. So, is Justin Timberlake in the wrong for not being on Verzuz? Maybe Swizz Beatz has contradicted himself there. And also, the streets have been saying, how can Swizz Beatz invite Justin Timberlake onto a Verzuz, but not Janet Jackson? And obviously, you know, Justin Timberlake is always going to be related to Janet Jackson. And I was just thinking, I'm thinking to myself, well, you guys need to let me know who Janet Jackson will be going up against on a Verzuz. Because for me, Janet Jackson's in a lane of her own. Like, who is she going to compete against? Because it definitely isn't Sierra, because it's two different eras, two different age gaps. Like, it's no. Janet Jackson versus Sierra's, no. Sierra doesn't have that much legendary hits like Janet Jackson does. So who is Janet Jackson going to go up against on the Verzuz? I believe the only person that, for me, I was wrecking my brain. The only person that I believe that Janet Jackson can go up against on a Verzuz is Britney Spears. But then again, isn't Verzuz only for black artists? So who? The streets need to let me know who would Janet Jackson go up against if she was going to be on a Verzuz. And then also, who is Justin Timberlake going to go up against as well? Because I thought Verzuz was for black artists alone. Well, anyway, so according to Justin Timberlake, Timbaland has said that he didn't appreciate that Swizz Beatz was calling out Justin Timberlake, and obviously they had a little conversation and etc, etc, etc. Hold tight, Timbaland, because you know he's been loyal to Justin Timberlake for that. But then at the same time, we need some clarification. Is Verzuz for all American artists, or is it only for black artists? That's what we need to know, and that's what we need to find out. And then also, you guys need to let me know who Janet Jackson is going to be going up against if she goes on the Verzuz. Who? Because it ain't Michael Jackson, because he dead. So who? Beloved, tell me you guys have been watching Blue Therapy. So, I just started watching Blue Therapy this week. Shout out to my girl Latifah who put me on. So I literally binge watched all the Blue Therapy this week. And it was the finale yesterday. Oh my God, listen, I really feel it for Deborah. I really feel it for Deborah because Jamar is bad mind. Jamar is bad mind. Everybody, I just want everybody to watch Blue Therapy, especially if you're going through something in your relationship, especially if you don't understand men. Especially if your boyfriend or someone that you're seeing is trying to make you out to be in denial, watch Blue Therapy. Because I'm telling you, these fuckboy tendencies is revealed, especially in episode 6. So, I'm sorry, if you haven't watched the show yet, then you need to click off this video because I'm about to spoil the whole thing for you. So Jamar claimed that he had slept with his ex just one time. And obviously Deborah went off on one, etc, etc, etc. And for me personally, I don't blame her because throughout the whole season, Jamar has been making it out like Deborah is the problem and he doesn't understand why she acts a certain way and he doesn't get why she doesn't trust him. And it was all evident. But the gag of it all is Deborah Dunn said she does not mind him training his ex because she's a nice woman. Listen, beloved. If it was me, if that was me and I was in it, listen, I hope behind the scenes she's fucking up this ex because she's got no fucking manners. How are you gonna be smiling up in my face, being nice to me, knowing that you're taking my man's dick? Are you silly? Is this what we're doing now? Is this what we're doing? Is this a level of pettiness that we're doing now? Oh, okay. Wig soon get fly off, brethren. Wig soon fly off. Because if it was me, no lace front glue sticking down your wig. No lace front glue sticking down your wig. Because I'm coming for wigs. If that was me, Forget Jamal, I'm coming for you because you've been smiling up in my face, you've been taking my man's dick, and you still be smiling up in my face. You fucking crosses. Jamal, Deborah needs to dash for Jamal. Just looking at Jamal. I'm sorry. This sounds very judgmental, but just looking at Jamal. He's 100% a fuckboy, and because he's a personal trainer, they get bare girls. Personal trainers don't target men. They don't target men, and even if they do train men, it's just their bedrooms. They always target females. So you know, my man's been galleys from day. Deborah should have known. She should have known, but you know what? I really hope that she doesn't get back with Jamal because he's crossies. And then over on Paul and his girlfriend, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce her name, the girl from Backchat. Paul, for me, Paul invited his sister and Chimo didn't know. I'm sorry for pronouncing her name wrong, but she didn't know, and she was flying off the handle. For me personally, I do feel like Paul was in the right because they did say that they wanted to get the sister involved and meet up personally. So Paul thought it was okay to bring her to therapy. Obviously, homegirl flew off the handle and she weren't happy about it. Maybe because she weren't expecting it. Maybe she weren't mentally prepared. But then at the same time, I could see where Paul was coming from. And then the last thing, I feel like where things went wrong in Paul and Chimo's relationship was the whole abortion thing. And I feel like that was the root of the situation. But then at the same time, Paul had no manners saying that, you know, she's put on weight, that's the reason why they barely have sex. Because an abortion, pregnancy alone changes a woman's body. Abortion alone can change a woman's body, change their whole perspective of life. And that's a very traumatic thing. So for me, I feel like that was the root of the situation, and that was the reason where their relationship went wrong. Hopefully they can see past this. But looking in the aftermath snippet, it looks like Paul and Chimo are literally, they're over and done. I hope I'm pronouncing this girl's name right. But it seems like they're absolutely done. So we'll look at that. But listen, you guys need, if you haven't watched Blue Therapy yet, you need to go watch it. 6 episodes, it's on YouTube. Search Blue Therapy, get your fucking life. Because if you're having relationship problems, I'm telling you, this just might solve them. Girl, I hope I'm going to be pronouncing these names and things right, because I'm sounding like an absolute retard at this present moment in time. So, over on the music side, Tinashe has released a new single, and the single is called Pasadena. And to me, she's won New Music Friday. She's won. That's it. That's the video. Tinashe, she's won New Music Friday. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm out of here. But no, let me explain. I feel like the song is perfect for introducing summer. It's a good vibe. It's one of those songs that you can play on the speaker in the park when you and your friends are drinking wine. One of those songs that you can play when you're driving along with the windows down and it's a nice and sunny day. Like, to me, this is just good vibes. So for me, this is Tinashe, Pasadena. I feel like that's what the song's called. On my playlist, get it on yours. Or how about you go check out my Instagram and vote on whether the song is a bop or flap, because I'm hearing that some people like it and some people don't. So let's get the bop and flap going. Follow me on Instagram at iMallyUK. Check out my stories and let me know whether you think Tinashe's new song is a bop or a flap. Me personally, I'm voting bop because she won New Music Friday. And that's the video. Another person for me that also won New Music Friday is Salieu. Oh my, why is everybody got difficult names today? Salieu, the guy that sang Protect Your Energy. I can't remember how the song goes. Every time I'm not on the spot, I always crumble. you know, the Protect Your Energy guy. Anyway, Protect Your Energy guy, he's released a new song called Gliding. Completely different to Protect Your Energy vibe. It's more upbeat, it's more UK grime, it's more UK rap, like it's on a level. Like for me personally, I love it. And I love a little bit of ghetto-ness every now and again. And this is just it. So this has been added onto my playlist. And I feel like he also won as well. So get into Gliding by Salieu, and get that on your playlist. I'm also gonna do a bop and flop on this as well, because me personally, I think this is a bop, but I can see why other people might not like it. So we're gonna do a bop and flop on this as well. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at iMallyUK. Click the stories, and we're gonna see what is a bop and what is a flop. Another thing to mention, Alicia Keys has re-released her debut album, Songs in a Minor, because it's been 20 years since the album came out. So, which basically means I was 9 years old when the album came out. So I'm feeling very, 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 very old right now. I think the re-release, the 20th special edition, has got like, I think it's 4 or 5 new tracks on there. It's got a remix of Falling, and it's got 3 other tracks on there. Definitely give that a spin. Me personally, a lot of people are feeling Foolish Heart, but for me, that's not the track that I'm feeling from the new tracks. I'm feeling I Won't, Crazy World, from the 20th special edition of Songs in a Minor. But yeah, make sure you guys go check that out. One of the best work that Alicia Keys has done. And if you're not into Alicia Keys, and if you haven't heard Songs in a Minor before, now is your time to educate yourself. It comes with a heavy heart for me to be saying this, because over the past year, a lot of stabbings have been going on in Birmingham, which is my home city, and a lot of them have been young boys. I have a younger cousin who's the age of these young boys, and to hear so much crime has been going on in Birmingham towards the youngsters has been very, very, very heartbreaking, to say the least. It's been claimed that dear John Reed had been racially abused in the King's Standing area of Birmingham before he was murdered. And the most horrific thing about it all is that he was murdered by a mid-30s-year-old man, verging on 40, and other grown men as well attacked him and murdered him. And he was obviously racially abused. In my video last week, I said I did not want to be speaking about race. However, this is the second week in a row where racism has been at the forefront of Birmingham. And I just want to say, in a perfect world, you know, we would be able to live anywhere and not worry about our race. In a perfect world, we wouldn't have to educate our children that there is racist people out there and we need to be careful. In a perfect world, you wouldn't need to worry about your child being out on the streets and not coming home. It's very heartbreaking, very disturbing. I can't imagine what his mum feels like. I can't imagine what his family feels like. And also to the other mothers out there that also have 14-year-old boys. You know, I can't even imagine what's going through their heads right now. But the only thing that I can say is, as a community, as a black community, and also Birmingham as a whole, is that we need to come together to protect the youngsters, the new generation of us, the new generation, because this is not the way to go. And yeah, I just feel like a lot more needs to be done and a lot more awareness needs to be done. It's been said that apparently dear John Reed also was into knife crime and that he also had a knife. However, it was also said that he let the police know that he was receiving death threats before the event actually took place, and the police did nothing about the whole situation. So I feel like a lot needs to be done across all boards. I just wish that we all could be safe, no matter what colour we are, no matter what religion we are, no matter what sexuality we are, no matter if you're male or female. I just wish we all could be safe. So on that note, I want to leave on, I want everyone just to appreciate and acknowledge the people that you love dearly, because 1 minute you could be here and the next minute you're gone. So please, if you're watching this, please show everyone that you love the appreciation and love, because life's too short and you never know who could take your loved one's life. So please show some appreciation and love to the ones that you love. Thank you. Wow, thank you for watching. I love you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. And follow me on Instagram at iMallyUK. Follow me on Twitter at iMallyUK. And also follow me on Spotify. Search iMallyUK, and it's a Spring 2021 playlist which has all the latest bops that have been released this spring. I love you for watching. Thank you for watching. And you shall see me here next week.